Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Train Simulator Classic, aka Railworks. Today we're going to be taking a look at the New Haven FL9 diesel locomotive pack. Pack's been around for a minute. It's done by Dovetail Games, or at least it's listed under Dovetail Games. I'm not dead certain who did the model. Assuming it's Dovetail Games, but cool beans. But the FL9 is a hybrid locomotive, a diesel electric that can also be powered as a purely electric locomotive through a third rail system. 60 locomotives were built from 1956 to 1960 by General Motors for the New York, New Haven, and Hartford Railroad, aka the New Haven. Prime movers are EMD 567Cs for numbers 2000 through 2029 and 567D1s for 2030 through 2059. Pretty standard. Top speed of about 89 miles per hour. I see here when these things were retired. By the beginning, the war. Looks like around about 2005-ish. The last FL9 to see passenger service was in late 2009. The same year, Metro North retired all of its remaining FL9s. Several FL9s exist today, donated to several museums and railways along the way. I do not know if any are operational, however. Yeah, I don't know that any are operational, so anyway, let's get up close and go ahead and pull up our DLC page, because I have found some people like to be able to see it firsthand. It's a little helpful, I guess. But pack came out February 19th, 2015. Developed by Dovetail Games, published through Dovetail Games. And scenarios are for the NEC New York to New Haven route. Coming with Metro North Shoreliner 3 passenger cards. The right price of $20. Obviously, you can get that on sale for 10. So let's get up close to it. Now, I do have a sound pack. I will go ahead and throw it out there. I have the ever popular EMD 567 sound pack, which I do believe counts towards these as well. So, before anybody goes, those don't sound perfect. You're right. It doesn't sound like out of the box, because out of the box DTG sounds are almost always garbage. So, gonna go ahead and throw that out there. Definitely have a sound pack. But up close, as is pretty typical of Dovetail Games, their modeling is actually not half bad. Texturing could, without a doubt, use work. Another prime example of DTG doing a fairly decent job on their modeling. If they got somebody else to do their texturing, be a pretty darn good looking model. Now, you will only get the New Haven models in this pack. You will not get any other paint scheme, period, whatsoever. Which, I am a little sad at that. I think for 20 bucks, I feel like you should get a little more out of the pack. A little more use and usable paint schemes. Because it's not like these are widely used locomotives. That's pretty much regulated to a very small handful of locomotives up in the, railroads up in the Northeast. So I don't think it would have been too much to ask for multiple paint schemes. But now this is also a unit that does not come with a B unit. These are not, there were no B units built to my knowledge. So it is very, 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 very similar to the F9s. They do use a very similar car body. Obviously, they're using the same 567 core engine, but there's some noticeable differences right off the bat. First off, our shoes over here for our third rail operation, which I believe are only on the one side. I'm not dead certain. Yoink. Ah, got the shoes back here on the rear truck. So you got our shoes here for third rail operation. I also have a 3-axle trailing truck, which is kind of wild. It's like a F9 and a E8 got splits clean in two and two halves welded together. But you know, overall the model doesn't look half bad. We've got some ditch lights here, the MU cables, separate handrails. As long as you don't get up too close, the vents here don't look half bad. You got actual issue. You got vents all the way along the line. Unfortunately, they are really low res 2D textures when you get up close to them, but they are there. These pretty decent little items here. Marker light doesn't look half bad. Marker lights up front don't look half bad. Number boards. Right, the modeling overall is really not half bad. Texture on the other hand, yeah, TV static with some color. The texturing is not great by any sorts of a long shot. Pretty good looking though. Pretty good looking. Then of course you're going to get a coach car. Comet 3, a coach. Which, they look alright. They're not wild, great, fancy. Things like these numbers stand out like sore thumbs. The roofs are blinding. But, you know, they're alright. At least it's something. It goes with the pack. Something better than nothing, I guess. Same old reused stuff. But you also get a cab car with and without a driver. Cab car is pretty much a coach car with a somewhat cab down here on the end for reverse operations. As far as the locomotives goes, you're going to get a diesel version and an electric version. They didn't make it so that you can swap them, or like swap the power on the fly. You have to choose a different locomotive to use. And then there's, of course, driver, non-driver variants of each. They sound the same, they look the same. It just, one's physics are geared towards running as an electric locomotive, while the other one is geared to running as a diesel locomotive. Why they couldn't integrate that into the same model, I don't know. I am not a programmer. I'm not going to act like that is an easy thing or anything, but that is how it is. That is what it is. So let's jump in it. Obviously, power mode diesel. Blowing the horn will turn on the bell. Don't sound half bad. Of course, the Beaky will turn the bell off. Inside the cab, a little bit different from the standard F-Series. Texturings, alright. We don't get to play with the doors, unfortunately. And you can't just turn all the way around, which is kind of funny. That's as far as you can go from turning left or right. It's as far as you can go left or right to left. That's odd. We don't get any of those. We don't get that. Oh my goodness, the charts are legible. I get a wacky feeling that you ain't using a Santa Fe frequency very often. Or Burlington Northern. Or Uncle Pete. I don't think you'd be using most of those frequencies very often on a New Haven locomotive, but you know, it could be crazy. A little bit out there, but at least you can read it. That's something. Not a big fan of the, I guess, used look that maybe they were trying to attain in here, like these splotches and whatnot. They just kind of look like blurry, bleh. They don't look great. It honestly would have looked better as one solid color. We don't get the doors, we don't get the windows. No doors, no windows. Train brake, independent brake. We don't get those. Let's see, wipers. Oh, at least it's something better than the typical clack, clack, clack. Gauge lights, they don't look half bad. Cab heater, no heat for us. Should be our selector switch. All the way up to 4. Of course, our throttle. Should be our reverser. I would assume that's our headlights. Ditch lights. No headlights. Lighting. What? Light? Light turns off. Light turns off. You get up close and it's like this little bitty... Okay. Safe to say I don't like those. Interesting. Can't turn on the headlights though. Not by way of just the cab. Oh, they're up here. Right. They don't look that bad. I don't like the flares. I do like how it gets brighter when you back out though. That looks kind of cool. Ditch lights don't look so great. Headlights, not that bad. What if the ditch lights flash when I blow the horn? No, ditch lights don't flash. Huh. There's a bell. Doesn't sound half bad. Electric operation, we don't get. Cab light. Number light. Step light. Start up, shut down. Alert or reset. Yeah, it just lights up the physical numbers. There's not really like a bulbs behind them. Step lights look pretty good though. Overall, lighting's not my favorite. Exhaust doesn't look terrible. It's pretty standard diesel exhaust for American locomotives, not made by DTM. At least they're not the Minecraft squares. There's very clearly class lights. I assume we don't get the class lights. Oh well. Nope, no class lights. Alright. Let's run it. Reverse your forward, select your switch 1. Kill your brakes. Don't think it has got that weird advanced braking system put on it, so that's nice. Wakefield. Supposed to be a workshop route of some kind of defunct scenic railroad in Canada. I forget what it is. They tore up a lot of the tracks, and it was operated by entirely foreign equipment, which was kind of cool, but fortunately there's no more. I forget the name of the route though. Engine sound is going to be your typical 567. If you have the upgrade. If you don't, that scream would get old real quick. Okay, it does say the speed limit's like 10 miles an hour. Yeah, scream doesn't happen if we're not speeding. Funny how that works. There we go. Speedometer seems pretty on. Sounds mesh up pretty nice. Runs pretty good. Ooh. Spinning axles. Spinning axle ends. Like that. That's cool. Now that looks like a little air whistle right there. I'm a little bit sad that the Q key doesn't blow it, if that's what that is. I know the New Haven actually did have a handful of air whistles. Wouldn't be wildly out of place. Kind of sad that I don't get that one though. Oh well, such is life. I wonder how long the speed remains 10 miles an hour on this route. It's a 567 we've heard before. Nice. Oh, what are we missing? Whoops. Not that. Let's see. Okay. Passenger view. Can't change seats though. inside the cab of the cab car, Comet cab car. Startup shutdown, power mode operation, diesel, electric, that's cool. Fuel heater, ditch lights. What a noticeable difference from the locomotive. Very different headlight setup. Oh well. We don't get that one. Wipers. Not a half bad bell. Oops. Emergency brake. Yeah, the horn wouldn't be too bad if it was A, a little bit louder, and B, had an ending loop that wasn't just an immediate cutoff. Yeah, cuts off a little bit earlier. Throttle, reverse, crane brake, anything else? Not really. That's about it. Let's see. Floating smoke. That's about it. Nothing weird, too freaky, fancy. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously, check this out on Steam if it interests you, if it floats your boat. I think it's pretty cool. With the sound upgrade definitely helps, and then, truth be told, if this thing's got a this thing ever got a halfway decent texture upgrade, this would be a really nice pack overall. Kind of fun. Good texture upgrade, good sound upgrade. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing that a lot of the bells and whistles are not there. You can't open the doors, can't open the windows, stuff like that. But, oh well, it's not the worst thing in the world. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.